Welcome back to Ozarks Fox AM in this brand new year.
It feels good.
It does. I actually feel like liberated a little bit.
I feel rested. Oh my goodness, I needed it. I feel happy
You
to be
look
back.
10 years younger, Kelly.
Thank you so much. If I could hug you right now, I would.
Not allowed.
Stand back.
We thought it'd be a great time to, reflect and ask some deep questions maybe today and ask.
Well, all right.
Because we never know.
We never know what these questions are.
Yeah, so let's just see what our producer has put together.
Okay.
Producer Jake, who's also back, by the way.
Yes.
What food looks disgusting but tastes delicious? I already know what I'm going to say,
Really?
Kel, and you're
What?
going to agree with me, but not
Okay.
about the taste good part.
Okay.
Spam. It looks disgusting, but it tastes
It
delicious.
is disgusting.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I
Jeremy.
like me some Spam.
I don't like me some Spam. Let's see, what food looks disgusting but tastes delicious? Honestly, I almost can't get past the look, so I don't know if it looks
if
bad.
it looks bad?
Yeah, I can't think
Have
of one.
you ever had, what about like escargot or caviar?
Think you know. I've
No?
had them, but I do
like
not
them.
like them.
Oh, see, I do.
You do?
I was surprised. I had escargot for the first time on the cruise ship because they have very fancy cuisine sometimes.
Yeah.
And my family was sailing, so my dad goes, "Hey, Jeremy, let's get some escargot." And I'm like,
Okay, that reminds me of The Jerk.
I've never seen it,
The movie.
but I know what you're talking about.
And you know the scene where he says, "Waiter, get these snails off her plate."
Can I say
She's
anything?
going, oh.
If
it's
you
awful.
try it, anything is good doused in butter. So
Oh, well, sure. You can
that's the
save
way
it
I
with
eat
butter.
it.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Kelly can't think of one, but yeah.
No,
If it
sorry.
does look bad, it's hard to get past
hard to
that.
get past that.
Okay, let's look. If you could have a permanent candle that smelled like anything you wanted, what fragrance would you want it to be? Can I just say I love these questions so far because I already know my answer.
Okay. Well, good. You go ahead then.
You think about yours.
Okay.
Because I had this candle in like maybe 2001, and they stopped making it, this certain brand. The candle smell is, are you ready for this?
Okay. I don't know.
Fresh cut grass.
All right.
I loved that candle and that smell.
And I do like the smell of that, but when I think of candles, that's not what I think of. I do like the smells that they come out with at Christmas. I like the clove. I like the cinnamon. So
I love clove.
Or vanilla. I like vanilla as well.
That's a good one too. But I love the smell
That
of
could
clove.
go yeah. That's just all good stuff.
What's that song? Crimson and clover. Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
Over and
Is that Joan Jett? Who is that?
You're asking the wrong person. Our producer Jake
Okay,
just
she
said
had the most-
she had the most famous.
Joan Jett,
Okay,
all right.
yeah, it makes me because that grass
don't
smell
like- yeah.
makes me think of summer, and my happiest memories are of summertime.
You know what? I will tell you, I'm already dreaming of summer. I am in my head.
I'm with you, Kel.
Yes.
I'm with you. Let's take a look at the next one. What job do you think was the first break into your entertainment career?
Oh, gosh.
Well, entertainment's very broad, not TV. It's just entertainment.
No, it's
Yeah.
entertainment. That would have been, that would have been when I started in Branson, probably. Now, I did, I was with bands and stuff around town, but I mean, they didn't pay
Right,
like I made money in Branson. That was the
So,
beginning.
was your first show Bald Numbers in
No.
Branson? Oh, what was your first? Oh, Bob Nichols.
Bob Nichols' morning show. It was the very first morning show that ever happened, and I was cast to be in a trio, and I love singing in trios and that sort of thing. So that was my first show.
Can I tell you, when I moved to Branson and they talked about morning shows, guess what I said? What's that?
Right. Oh,
Because I never heard of that before in my life.
It was strange. It was the first one. Nobody had ever thought of it, but now they're all.
Did I tell you about my first day in Branson? Speaking of that, real fast, I got to
What?
tell you about it. It was hysterical. I got right out of college. So my first entertainment job too was in Branson. Lost in the 50s.
Yeah.
I got hired. I moved right from college to Branson. I was staying with two of my friends.
Yeah.
They said, "Hey, Jeremy, do you want to come see our morning show?" And I was like, "What's a morning show?"
Right.
So the morning show was called Red Hot and Blue. So Jay and Jen took me, and I was just going to watch the show.
Yeah.
I get there. I'm sitting in the audience. Jay comes from backstage and goes, "Hey, our spotlight operator did not show up. We need somebody to run spotlight for the
You
show."
ran Spotlight the very first time?
It's my first day in Branson. I go up to the catwalk. I'm at the spotlight. They go, "Here, push this, fade in, fade out."
Are you serious?
And they're on headset going, "Okay, get a spotlight of Chris." I'm like, "Who's Chris?
My gosh.
Who's Darren? Who's Sonia?" I don't even. And I'm like,
I'm just going to say they were desperate because you didn't know any of these people.
"No!"
That was your first break.
My first
your face break
day, not even a
Did
weekend.
you have to go up in the high?
Yes.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
I was up in the catwalk with the spotlight, and they're literally giving me a crash course on the spotlight. Like, okay, open, close, fade in, fade out, and go.
You know
so,
what? I would love to have seen that show.
I was almost peeing my pants. I was so nervous because I'm like, I don't know anybody's name.
That is hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
And then you started in the show itself. You're like,
And then, well, see, that wasn't even my show I was supposed to be in. My show was a different show. I was just going to go see my show,
Yeah.
see my friends in their show.
Yeah.
And then find out 8 months later, I get cast in that show and I'm doing a morning show.
and they never ask you to run the spotlight again.
Never.
Never. Okay.
Okay,
Love it.
sorry. That was
That was
sorry.
good.
I forgot I had to tell you that story
I
before.
like it. I've never heard that one.
What advice would you give to a young person who's trying to start an entertainment career? I would say run.
I would say take a lot of chances. I would say audition for a lot of things. I would say get out there and just enter a lot of different things. All those experiences add up and they make you better.
Can I say that's the advantage of young people being in entertainment? They are risk takers. There are things I did in my 20s that now as an adult with a little bit more experience,
Yeah.
I'd be like, why did I do that? How did I do that? Like, I'm
Right.
too scared now, I think,
Really?
to try
You're supposed to go the
certain
other
things.
way.
I did not care back in, I was like, yeah, I'll do this, I'll move here,
You
I'll
know
do
what?
this,
There's
I'll
a
do
thing
that.
for that. He or she's too green to know better.
I was too green to know better.
But no, honestly, I did the same thing too, and I like a challenge. So if something comes up that I think I'm not sure I know how to do, but I want to try to do it, I like to do that.
Well, I do want to encourage, I agree with that,
Right.
and I do want to encourage, if you're wanting to do it, I like what you said about
Yeah.
take risks, take chances, and go for
Yeah,
everything.
Absolutely.
And you have to. Do we have time for one more? Oh, we're done. Okay.
We're done. Oh, that was fun.
That was super good questions today.
Yeah, that was good. And I learned a new story from you.
I can't believe I never told you that story.
I know. Okay.
First day in Branson, ever.